I need a mic.
Yeah.
I am Sam Wilder. I'm a father and a husband and new role as grandfather, which I love. And I am the founder of House Trends Magazine. Invented it, founded it in 2000 in Dayton, Ohio. And tonight I'm going to talk a little bit. My recent role is I've become a certified business coach or life coach, and have been speaking some and teaching classes on planning and business planning. And tonight I'm going to talk about the 4 P's of life to achieve greater success and happiness. I do want to say too, I came to Columbus in 2009 and our publisher left, and I had to come up because the economy was so bad and fill the slot. Even though I started House Trends, was running all 12 cities. As the economy tanked, we decided not to spend the money on hiring another publisher. So I came up for 3.5 years to Columbus and ran the market. And this group of people, these businesses represented here, NARI, kept us afloat in House Trends for those 5 or 6 years we went through that terrible economy. So if I haven't thanked you individually, I'd like to thank you publicly. You guys carried us. I have a friend in Cincinnati that's a home builder, and one of his expressions is, when things are bad, they'll get better, and when things are good, they'll get worse. But the important thing to remember is that people forget. And I think it's really easy to forget about the tough times we've been through recently as we get into the good times. And it's a lesson I think we probably ought to keep in mind as we grow our business and enjoy the great times that we're experiencing right now. So the 4 P's of life to achieve greater success. First one is perspective. When I turned 50 about 10 years ago, I went and got a colonoscopy. And in the middle of it, I woke up, probably because I'm a big fellow and they didn't use enough drugs on me. They needed the elephant dose. And when I woke up on the screen, I could see the doctor working on me, and I saw this. Well, it wasn't actually cauliflower, but that's what it looked like to me. It was a giant polyp that the guy was working on. Here, Sherry, I want you to have
Oh,
this.
thank you. That's a prize.
So they knocked me back out, and when I came to, the guy said, man, you got some problems. A polyp, for those of you who want a lecture on the polyps, anything larger than a quarter inch is cancerous, and yours was multiple inches. So you got problems. You got probably we're going to have to remove your descending colon, part of your intestines. You're going to have chemo and radiation, and the hope is that we can extend your life as long as we can, but it doesn't look good. So for a week, I sat in that, working, of course, like we all would. And at the end of the week, about 4:45, I had called her and I said, you've got to tell me what's going on. And the doctor called, and he said, James, which is James Samuels, my real name. And he said, James, I don't know who you are, but you may be the luckiest man I've ever met, because there's no cancer anywhere in that. You're
Wow.
cancer free. I'll see you in 3 years. Have a good weekend.
Oh,
That changed who I was, because that week I was thinking about, who do I love? What do I want to do with my life? Who do I want to be around? I did decide to keep, if I was going to die in 3 or 4 years, I was going to keep working on House Trends, which is interesting. It shows how much I care about the product. And after an emotional outburst, as anybody would have, I looked out at the sky in my office, and it was the bluest blue I'd ever seen. It was incredible. It actually, that feeling manifested itself in me. And I looked out, and it changed who I was. That great news, that new lease on life. So for a year, I every day wrote on Twitter and then Facebook, which was new at the time, a positive thought on Positive 365, which is still on Facebook. And that became a book called Positive 365. And I sold about 1,000 copies a year of that book at one bookstore. Why I don't put it in more bookstores, I don't know, I'm too busy, I guess. But it's become a great piece of who I am. People call me Mr. Positive. My good friends call me MFP because I irritate them. I'm so positive all the time. So I did that book, and then I did a second version because it was leap year this year. So I said I got to do positive 366. So it's 366 quotes, and I gave everybody a copy. So perspective gave me great perspective. I wouldn't want anyone in the room to have to go through what I went through, but you know, I'm here and I'm loving life, and I think I have a great perspective on how things go. So that's the first P. The second P is presence, being wholly here. I love this quote by Thich Nhat Hanh. He's a Vietnamese monk. He's won a Nobel Peace Prize. And the quote is, when we want to make another person happy, we want to give them something. But the most precious thing you can give him or her is not something you buy from the market. It's your true presence. Your true presence. You know, when I look out at a group of people, any place I go, I know who's 100% there. I can look at a crowd and say, that person is present. Steve Waters, always present when you're with him, 100% in it with you. So there's different kind of presence. There's wholly there. You know, you're 100, when you meet with somebody, you're 100% in. Always. You're with them. Feel that? Yeah. Presence. Step back. Step back. A little too much intimacy. And then you have wholly there. Above it all, you know, I'm with you, but I'm really kind of above it all. It's kind of, some of you owners might relate to this. You know, you're not really with them, but you're with them. But most of us show up holy presence. I mean, most people show up not all there. So second P of getting ahead and making your life worthwhile, you got to be all there for people. You got to be in it. Third P. Well, I have other quotes I'm going to tell you. Two books I'd recommend. One is Ram Dass. It's called Be Here Now, written in the 60s by a Harvard professor that went to the East and figured out what life was really about. His quote is, we're all just walking each other home, which I love. So, you know, we're all in it together. This NARI group represents being in it together. I mean, this group, I've been in, we're in 6 cities, we were in 12. There's not another group like this in any city we're in. The way you guys help each other with ideas and marketing and technique and laws, it's unbelievable. We're all just walking each other home. That's what we're here to do. The other guy is Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, and it's about presence and living in the moment. His 2 quotes, instead of asking, what do I want from life, a more powerful question is, what does life want from me? What are you given? You cannot find yourself in the past or the future. The only place where you can find yourself is in the now. So, being here now. Second one. Number 3, passion. When I went from being a disc jockey for 10 years in Newark, Ohio, people like little ways east of here, I was big in Newark. I was big on WHTH, and it was, you know, I thought it was the greatest radio station in America when I worked there. Passionate about it, loved radio. Then I went into selling coupons like Valpak and coupon magazines. I was the king of junk mail. I was so excited. My kids were so embarrassed, but I was so excited about being in junk mail. And when I went into sales, I called my dad, who was a plumber and owned an HVAC company and owned a flooring company and pretty good in sales, a sheet metal fabrication salesman. I said, Dad, how do you do this? And he says, well, you just walk in the door and you say, hello, Lucky. And they say, well, why am I lucky? And you say, because Sam Wilder's here. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. Nobody would do that. So for about 6 months, I sold radio, and I got comfortable in it. And I walked in a door one day, not thinking comfortable, and I said, hello, Lucky. And my face immediately turned red. And I started to turn around and walk away. And the guy goes, wait a minute, why am I lucky? Should I drink from the cup of genetic destiny? So because Sam Wilder's here. So passion. This is a picture of my dad in Ireland where we visited. Passion. If you don't feel the passion for your business, you got to change. You can't stay in it. Most of the people in this room are in it for a good reason. I love the kitchen and bath business. I'm not in it. That's probably why I love it so much. But landscaping, I walk through here, I want to touch the cabinets. I love pewter glaze. It costs too much. You guys are in a great business. I could see being passionate about it. The supporting part of that business, it's just design, it's great. So passion, number 3. Number 4 is my favorite. It's about purpose. When about 3.5 years ago, when my dad died, I saw him take his last breath, and it was quite an experience for me. One is when I saw that last breath happen, I saw his body go to clay, and I realized there's a presence in all of us. There's something in all of us, a spirit that goes on. There's no way anybody can convince me that lump of clay, which was animated a breath earlier, that is no longer animated. Whatever that was that drives, that spirit that drives us all, it went somewhere. It did not disappear. Part of it, I think, went in me, because I didn't used to be able to fix a toilet. Now I can for no reason. The other thing about it was he breathed out, done, and my first thought was, holy shit, this thing ends. It's like I had proof that life comes to an end, and I thought, I better get about what I really want to do in life. So at that point, I studied, took a 6-month coaching class, became a certified coach, and started down the road of speaking and teaching and coaching people. So today I have 6 people I coach full-time. 2 of them are house trends. Pam is on the accelerated program because she's so brilliant. And I'm just loving it. So the whole piece about purpose, getting to, and I've done, you can see, disc jockey, junk mail salesman, started house trends, now doing life coaching and business coaching. Purpose. You guys can be whatever you want to be. It's important to find that passion and purpose in everything you do. So I'll close with a quote. This gets them in the life coaching class I teach. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that we fear most, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Who are you not to be? So the 4 P's: perspective, presence, passion, and purpose. I believe in you. I think you got it all. Now you just got to go out and do it. Thank you for having me. Great.